What's going on YouTube, Zapp here, and I am back with another video game review. This time it's Dead or Alive 5, available now on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. So let's not waste any more time and jump right into this review. First things first I want to talk about is the visuals of DOA 5. Visually, DOA 5 looks stunning. From the backgrounds to the character models and designs, the game is quirky and insanely detailed compared to other 3D fighters out right now. Now, by no means am I saying that it looks along par of, like, let's say a Dead Space 2 or even a God of War. By no means am I saying that, but compared to other 3D fighters or fighting games in general, DOA 5 is bringing you guys some of the best visuals out right now, from particle effects from fire, electricity, explosions, debris falling down off of buildings, and all that good stuff, to the backgrounds where, like, a trolley, a train car, like, goes off the rails and completely destroys the environments, all the way down to just sweat dripping off of a character or dirt and bruises being on a character at the end of a fight. Those little subtle things you're not really seeing in a lot of fighting games nowadays. I mean, with the exception of Mortal Kombat, which has over the top rendering of characters after a fight. But aside from that, no other game is really doing that, and I think DOA does a really good job. And as far as character models go, I enjoy the fact that they altered the character models between DOA 4 and DOA 5 to make them a little bit more human. And what I mean by that is, you compare character models in DOA 4 and 5, you see that DOA 4 characters look a little bit more doll-like. This time they seem a little bit more humanized. You can, kind of relate to them a little bit. So, yeah. And visually, yes, there is still eye candy. The TNA is still there. But that's not really the whole focus of the game. I mean, it's kind of been downscaled a little bit. But the TNA is still there, so you definitely got your eye candy if you're a guy. Next I want to discuss is the audio. The music in DOA is designed strictly just to get you hype into your match. Whether you're playing on or offline, the music is made to get you into the match. So audio is actually really good musically. Now, voiceover work is a totally different story, and I found that most of the voices in Dead or Alive are actually really bearable. However, the only voices that I couldn't stand were Tina and Zack. Zack's voice was absolutely over the top, at least in English anyway. And Tina's English voice made me feel like I was at a country music concert the entire time she talked. So definitely, if you're going to be listening into the story or the voiceovers of especially Tina and Zack the majority of the time, put it in Japanese. You might want to do that. But otherwise, the audio in DOA is absolutely great. Now, this is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. This is the most important part. It's the gameplay. It's not the graphics that pull you in. It's the gameplay. How is the gameplay? Well, everything pretty much stays intact with Dead or Alive. You have your basic mechanics. You have your punch button. There's one punch button, one kick button, a throw button, and a hold button, which is basically your counter. You can counter someone's attack. So with that being said, those 4 buttons make it really easy for someone to pick up the game, know which button they're going to press, because they don't have like a million buttons on their controller to have to choose from. So beginners can pick up the game and just, learn fundamentals like that, or they can just get online and button mash if that's what they want to do. But it's a relatively easy game to pick up and play. But however, the game still has that classic DOA 5 metagame system in which you have to decide whether you're going to choose to block. If your opponent's going to try and go for a tech trap, you have to learn how to get out of that, or decide whether or not you're going to try and counter, because it's all about reading your opponent. DOA 5 is all about reading your opponent, as it has been for the past few games too. So there is still a very large technical aspect that bridges the skill gap even further. So by no means is Dead or Alive 5 a scrub fighting game. It definitely takes a lot of work to really get good at, and I'm learning that the hard way. All right. Also, the various modes that are available in Dead or Alive 5, You've got your story mode, which took me roughly 5 hours to complete. I watched every cutscene, and it took me about 5 hours to complete. There's your arcade mode. You can do that single or tag mode. There's your versus, split, not split screen, but local versus mode. There's your time attack, which is basically arcade mode, but you have to try and beat a specific time. You can do that single or tag. There's survival mode, which is kind of self-explanatory. And there's the training mode. The training mode is absolutely amazing. Training is where you can learn all your frame data, damage, and basically brush up on your game. And it's done in a simple way. It gives you a list of all the moves, all the hit strings, all the launchers, all that stuff, and you can learn it and pick the game up fairly easily, and not many games allow for that. In addition to that, there's also fight requests or throwdowns. And basically, while you're doing training mode, someone can send you a throwdown, or you can get a throwdown from online or whatever. A little notification pops up on your screen, and you can choose to accept the fight from someone playing online or not. And it's really seamless. If you decide to accept it, it'll take you from training mode. You go play your fight. You can fight the guys, several times, and then just be done. That's it. Finito. All right. So, with that being said, the online play, it needs work. And what I mean by that is the netcode isn't exactly the best. I'm going to be just flat out honest with you guys, because online mode is going to be pretty much the meat and potatoes of this game. It's going to be the reason why you decide to keep it and continue to play it. Online mode needs a little bit of work, maybe a little bit of patching on the netcode here or there, because with a game like DOA, which is so timing precise, one small lag spike can totally ruin your timing on a counter move, and it can cost you an entire match. So with games like DOA and Marvel, where the game can run at X speed, you know what I mean? Every single move counts, So the netcode does need a little bit of work. That's the one thing that Dead or Alive 5 really needed to work on. Other than that, DOA 5 is probably one of the better 3D fighting games to have come out. Probably one of the better fighting games to have come out all year, in my personal opinion. So with that being said, out of 10, I would give DOA a score of 8 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the section below. Drop a like, drop a dislike if you didn't like the review. I really don't care. Just let me get your feedback. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys planning on getting it? What do you think about the game? Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace.